to make such a good first impression.
What do you mean, we?
Oh my gosh.
Inside Out was considered the most pivotal Pixar animated film of 2015, with critics praising the movie for giving an accurate depiction of mental health, especially when it concerns the mental health of children. It was also praised for portraying the relationship between humans and their emotions, depicting their responses to circumstances beyond their control, as is the case with Riley being transplanted from Minnesota to California. It doesn't come as a surprise that Inside Out 2 was targeted as Pixar's next sequel. Inside Out 2 release date. Inside Out 2 is scheduled to release on June 14, 2024. That release date is 5 days close to 9 years after the release of the original film. Inside Out 2 was announced during the D23 Studio Showcase in September 2022, with Amy Poehler coming on stage alongside Pete Docter to surprise the audience with the announcement of the sequel being in development. Pixar then tweeted the announcement with a summer 2024 release window.
Like what, genius?
Inside Out 2 voice cast.
Why don't we quit standing around and do
Amy Poehler, Phyllis Smith, and Lewis Black are reprising their roles as joy, sadness, and anger, respectively. Tony Hale, Toy Story 4, Arrested Development, and Liza Lapira, The Equalizer, have joined the cast as Fear and Disgust. Hale and Lapira are filling in for Bill Hader and Mindy Kaling after they declined to reprise their roles over a pay dispute, as they and the rest of the returning cast were reportedly offered $100,000 compared to Poehler's $5 million, with lucrative bonuses just 2% of her pay. Maya Hawke, Do Revenge, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, will voice anxiety, one of the new emotions entering Riley's mind after Riley turns 13. The three other new emotions, envy, ennui, and embarrassment, will be voiced by Ayo Edebiri, Adele Exarchopoulos, and Paul Walter Hauser, respectively.
We ran into you guys!
Boy, are we so lucky!
What is that? It's the sarcasm!
Sarcasm.
Inside Out 2 story.
You wrong before. Many times.
In Inside Out 2, Riley turns 13 and headquarters undergoes a sudden demolition to make room for new emotions, something joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust weren't prepared for. The first new emotion they meet is anxiety, who carries a lot of emotional baggage, literally. Joy and the gang aren't sure how to feel about anxiety joining the crew, but they can't possibly imagine a full house with the other new emotions, embarrassment, ennui, and envy. The latest trailer gave an overview of the changes that Riley will be going through as she enters the complex world of adolescence. Anxiety is one of those emotions that will shake up Riley's life overnight, changing her personality and causing her to figure out who she is, her friendships, family, school, and experiment with things that will draw the ire of everyone around her, as most teenagers do.
Look, we all have a job to do. I plan for the future.
Oh, nope, going high. Oh, you gotta
Where Inside Out left off.
buddy.
That's embarrassment.
Welcome to
Inside Out
Headquarters,
follows Joy
embarrassment.
and the rest of the original lineup of Riley's emotions as they help the 11-year-old cope with relocating from her home state of Minnesota to California due to her father's new job. As she tries to adjust to her new life in San Francisco to no avail, sadness screws things up on Riley's first day at her new school by overwriting her happy core memories as sad ones, causing her to break into tears in front of her class. This causes a struggle between Joy and Sadness, who accidentally knock the core memories loose, disabling the personality islands, and get sucked from headquarters to Riley's subconscious along with the core memories, and they have to find their way back.
Disgust. It's anger!
Let me at him!
We gotta get our
Sadness is in the house! This is Joy, coming to you live in Riley's mind. Make some...